Welcome to the Calling of Light. We will have a reading with two cats, Elvira and Mr. Wiggles. We will have a reading with an artist and a river monk as they search for stones by the river. We will read for a woman that is on her way to London and in her reading, truly going to be meeting her past life. So tell me about the little one we're reading on today.
Okay, so her name is Elvira. My husband brought
That's
home.
appropriate for a black cat.
Yeah, she'll
She's going,
cooperate.
what the heck? Oh, look at those eyes. So pretty. Hello, Elvira.
She's
All
our little
right.
mistress of the dark.
Princess
Yeah.
of the Dark.
Yeah. um,
Well,
my husband brought her home. She rode home, must have rode home under his truck. Coldest night of the year, 2 years ago. I think it was
I
New
wonder
Year's
if she
Eve.
got run over. Is that why she had a broken pelvis or?
We're not entirely sure. He brought her home, and I noticed she was kind of walking funny, so we got her to the vet right away as soon as we could. And yeah, they took x-rays. Her pelvis was broken in a couple different places. So
Wow. But as a kitten, how did they put that in a cast or something, or what they do?
we had the x-ray sent off, and they consulted with surgeons because we were maybe going to have it surgically repaired, but she was too little. So we just had her
Yeah.
on cage rest,
Yeah.
and she basically healed herself just on cage rest. It was kind of a miracle baby.
Well, I think like they said with babies, they aren't really bones yet. They're just cartilage.
Yeah.
So I think when babies fall out of apartments 20 stories high and fall and they go, they didn't even break their bones or
Yeah.
are still alive. And I think
Yeah.
it's just that they bounce. I think they're just still so soft boned that they're already prepared for horrific accidents.
Yeah. She healed really nice. And so you wouldn't even know that she had that happen.
Wow. Well, so we can do both cats. The other one is who?
The other one is Mr. Wiggles. He was,
Mr. Wiggles.
yeah, he was my first bottle baby. The neighbors were, well, there was some renovations going on next door in preparation to sell that house. And the renovators found this 2-week-old kitten that its mom had left it, and it had its eyes open, and that was about it. So
Wow.
raised him up, and yeah, about a year ago he started having urinary issues, and so he had blockages. He's had a couple blockages, and so he's just very stressy lately. And
Thank you. So here's what comes up on Elvira's energy at this time. Isn't she the queen? It says, at one time, she didn't trust anybody. But since then, she's developed tremendous self-confidence. So much so that she can read everybody and everything around her like a book. She's also a bit of a visionary. She's kind of psychic. So she reads you like a book. And it shows most of all, she's very, very grateful that you are in her life. Are you her favorite?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. She would tell you that she really likes it when you're a team because she doesn't like it when you think you're the boss. She just wants you to know that you're both equal. She also says she can't help it, but she feels like she has to protect you.
Oh.
And she has to protect the home. So she's
Mm-hmm.
kind of hired herself to be a watch cat.
Oh.
She she gets kind of confused sometimes. It says she can be moody and temperamental.
Mhm.
And it says, but she thanks you so much for the beautiful family that she's in. But she wishes you would be more patient.
Oh.
For some reason, she's been sensing that lately you've been nervous or you've been impatient. And because she channels you and it has a telepathic connection with you, if you want to know how you're coming off, look at Elvira,
Okay.
because you may very well find out that Elvira, it feels like she has to take care of you right now because
Mhm.
for whatever reason, she feels you're going through stress. Elvira also feels that you need to realize that it's okay if you give her complete control. She'll be just fine with that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
She wants you to know that she really doesn't want you to have any more cats.
Okay.
And she
I
feels
got
that
that.
sometimes, and please forgive me, I just tell you what comes through. She's been
Right.
upset with your husband.
Mhm.
She doesn't feel like he's been as warm and as caring lately.
Oh.
And Elvira says, you can count on her. She's here for the long haul and she will do everything she needs to. And if you just want to hand all the control over to her, she'll be more than happy. I don't know how she's going to go around feeding the rest of the felines, but maybe that's why she's been a little temperamental lately. She seems to be upset with your husband.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Wiggles, he's pretty. He's kind of a peach and pale
He's got
pale
kind of a
gold color. All right. So if we look at his energy and just say his name,
Mr. Wiggles.
who named him?
Me. When he was little.
And then and then again,
Mr. Wiggles.
thank you. So here's Mr. Wiggles' energy. Well, Mr. Wiggles is a whole different kind of personality than Elvira. It shows that, first of all, he's grateful that you are spending so much time and energy with him. And he wants very badly to be more active and motivated and be his old self. But he feels like lately he's had to be more generous than he really likes to be. Or maybe in a cat talk, that means more obliging to the other cats.
Mhm.
All he knows is that he feels lucky to be where he's at. And he's been having some doubts lately. And I don't know what those doubts are about, but maybe because he's not feeling good, he has doubts about his position in the pride, in the hierarchy of the cat family. And lastly, it says, and I'm trying to figure this one out, stop committing and being so responsible for him. He just wants you to know that sometimes you could just chill out a little bit and not be so attentive
Okay.
because it makes him feel less manly.
Okay.
It makes him feel like he's lost his mojo. Okay, say your first name.
Charlotte.
All right. And again.
Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
In the past 3 weeks, I'm not sure why, but it says that you went through kind of time where you felt like people weren't being very generous, or you felt like not being generous with them. And it says that during that time, you were kind of on taking my bitch pill mode, where you just felt like, if you're into what's going on, great. If you're not, so be it. But the nice thing is July and August. July is seen as an amazing opportunity being open for you. With August, it says magnetic results. So if
Okay.
I look at what comes up, excuse me, I feel like I'm reaching over the table in front of somebody's face when I do that. Say your first name.
Charlotte.
So the first thing that comes up, Charlotte, says this is your time to stand your ground, to be completely in control of whatever decision you make and whoever is involved in that decision. Your reading says you're on the cusp of a new beginning, which means that if there's ever a time where you may find a new life chapter opening up for you, it could be very quickly. The past, and I don't know why, but it says about 3 weeks, possibly 3 months ago, it says a broken heart. And I don't know if you had to break somebody else's heart or if somebody broke yours. Your reading shows that also that was the best damn thing you could have ever done or had happen. But, but it says expect that there may be somebody that has a temper tantrum, or somebody that has a get back, or somebody that goes ballistic. And I don't know what that's about. Your reading says, actually, this is the time to be proud of your boundaries, to hold your ground, and to remember that if in any way you're in doubt about something, do nothing. In any way, if you feel doubt, then wait until you're more confident about it. Your reading says traditional commitments concerning home, career, family, whatever, seem to be more a priority for you in the coming weeks. There seems to be a strong emphasis that you are going to be doing something that is out of the norm for you, because I know you're the artist, you're the person that's the free spirit, but I also feel that right now you're going into a, I'm going to say more conventional or more maybe the predictable conventional side of Charlotte. And lastly, it says, you are the person that everybody's going to be. That's one dirty dog behind you. You are you are the person that's going to be expected to fix everything. You are going to be the problem solver. But understand this. Whatever happened in the past 3 weeks to 3 months that either you had to give bad news to somebody else or they gave to you, the thing is, it was for the best. And don't doubt it for a second.
Okay.
You get one free question.
That thing that has happened in the past like 3 weeks or whatever, is that gonna get any better?
And if I look at that, Charlotte, it says it is not going to get worse.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that it just kind of goes into limbo. Stand your ground. Whatever happened was the best thing you could have ever done.
Hey, how's it going?
If you want to be in the river. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I just pulled this out of the river. It's kind of ironic. Wildlife management area. And it's in the
Public
river.
hunting.
Yep. All right. How's this?
Looks real good. Looks very riverish.
It's
All right, Jeff, say your first name.
human.
And again,
Human.
it says this is a time that you are incredibly honest, that you do what you say you're going to do, that you are very believable, that you are very focused, and that your attitude is in a very good place.
Ding, ding, ding.
You got the jackpot. All right, so let's look at what comes up in your more detailed reading and say your first name again.
Human.
And again.
Human.
And I just want to make sure you are saying human, right?
Yep. Human.
Okay. The first
how I
thing that
spell
comes
it.
up, okay. The first thing that comes up is King of kindness and love. Interestingly, it also shows that you will be seeing a connection with either a brother or a good friend who is also seen male. And this seems to be within a month's time. This person seems to be somebody that is on your side.
Just happened, I think.
I'm shown spirituality, a spiritual connection. The past shows that you walk the path of love, that you walk the path of compassion. The future says you're ready to dump your commitments and responsibilities to something that has no longer felt good to you.
See, I might be already in the future.
It also says that by 9 weeks, you're going to know who your true friends are and who they are not. And that would make it approximately, we're looking in August, the end of August.
Yep.
Your reading says that right now, the one thing you don't need is anybody trying to hurt you or to put you down. That's a good one right there. Keep it right there. It also says that at this time, there's a feeling that responsibilities to very organized families and commitments to career situations seem a little amiss right now. But it says you are refusing, and yet you are ready to become the victim, the patsy, or whatever it takes, if it'll make others feel better, because I lost you.
Where's Brett? Brett, come here. Can you say,
Huh?
I'll be the victim or the patsy or whatever to make others feel better.
And it
I'll
says,
sit back down.
in conclusion, it says, you may not necessarily make everyone happy, but on the other hand, without even knowing it, you're totally in control. And wise people know sometimes there's bullshit you have to stay away from. And I think that your reading is saying that you're at a point either in career or even in your personal life where you know that you're going to be more select about who you get close to. That you were, that right now it says you're opening up like a flower. Next month, is represented by magnetism. So there seems to be something pretty amazing going on in your energy in July. And in August, it says you're very, very receptive. You're like a magnet for all kinds of really cool things that are going to start to happen for you as the year goes on. So that's where your energy is at. If I look at what comes up in more in depth, that it seems like all the dominoes are in line. Everything's about commitments to home and family right now. And your reading says that in the recent past, you were moving on from some kind of sadness, and I don't know what that is about, but it says you were deciding to either, and this could have been why you stopped communicating with some people. It may be interrelated, but it says you decided that you had to move on from a disappointing conclusion or situation related to home or career that you didn't feel would ever happen. I don't know what it is, but it just says that you've moved on from that. You healed from that, and it took a lot of healing. And maybe it was just your physical, or maybe it was just letting go of the mentality that is hard to shed. It's like anorexic people that look in the mirror, but they still see themselves, their old weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe it has something to do with letting go of an old image. And it says that there are certain things in your life that you're still not quite satisfied that you are doing exactly what you want to be doing. And it says it's part of the transformation of your energies and your focus for the future and what is coming. That's going to resonate with the fact you're not quite completely happy with what you're doing. You're not asking anymore to have an environment that resonates with a beauty that would make up for a beauty that you felt you missed out on. You are the beauty. And so the environment doesn't have to make up for or help represent you. The environment is held up by your beauty. And so whatever you choose is going to be of a helping, healing, and ability to transform others and your own environment because of your natural healing abilities. It could also be anything that has to do with nurturing. Expect this year and the next 12 months to be one of balance, healing, higher vibration, the ability to manifest everything that you need and want to you, because you are starting to vibrate at a higher frequency. And I think that you're going to notice that it starts to take on a new dynamic in your life where you no longer, your environment is important and it needs to be beautiful, but it no longer has to represent you. You represent yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
And so you have one free question.
Well, we're going on vacation starting tomorrow. So maybe just like a read on vacation for a week.
Where are you going
London.
that will match your vibrating frequencies? And if I look at that, it says, it seems to match your attitude.
Hmm.
It feels like you're going to go there and go, oh, I think I'm supposed to live here. It's going to be a very magnetic vacation. I think it's going to match all of that high frequency vibration. Everywhere you walk and go seems to be like you've been there before, as if you're visiting a past life. And you're going to feel unusually secure there, as if for whatever reason, I've been here before. And lastly, it says, it's going to take patience because you may have to hold yourself back like a horse with good reins on, because you're going to want to recapture and do all the things that you have been planning and wanting to do, but perhaps trying to recapture some past life connection that you've got the scent of, like a bloodhound on some kind of old piece of fabric that's looking for a criminal. You're looking for you.
Hmm.
And that's what I think London's going to be like for you.